Saseni mkofiti manzeni mewa miss manzeni mewa hata. Welcome to our Celes Reflection. I told you this time moving forward we are two hosts. Ni venye tu mmoja ndo ako verbal sana. Ule mwingine anani control tu hivi but yeah, we are two of us. So welcome to our this week's episode. I am so excited because mnajua this last week ilikuwa Father's Day, sawa? So today I have fathers. Like I am so privileged. Well, Baba Tugi aliamua you go and talk on my behalf. I'll say no. Yeah, but I have two amazing dads in my show today. On my far right, Bob, unaweza anza kujiintroduce.
Thank you so much for having me, Cele. I love your platform. I love what you guys are doing, the conversations you have. And it's also nice to see the crew again at Jonana for some time. My name is Bob Morini. I am a father of two rascals. One is 8, turning 9 very soon. The second one is 4, turning 5 in December. A husband, a creative, and slowly getting into the property development and management industry. Very scary space to be, but wacha tuone itakuwa aje.
Sitakuuliza story ya nywele.
Nini tena?
Hiyo intro ime-explain.
Why? By the way, sina confidence. Sijui to cut.
No.
Na need coffee by the way. Producer.
No.
Anyway, hii niliambiwa it's experience. It's experience. I own it by the way. I own
with
it.
the introduction you've given, you are allowed.
Yeah, inakubalika.
Kabisa.
Thank you very much.
Kabisa. Yes, then we have Baba Devi.
Yes.
Wacha wakujue sasa jina yako ya kitambulisho.
Okay. My name is Michael Mutahi. A father, a creative. I'm actually an independent filmmaker, a puppeteer. What else should I say?
Family.
Okay, a widower. I'm a family man, by the way.
Oh, nice.
A father of 3. My firstborn son is 13 years old. The second-born is a daughter, Patricia. Mm-hmm. And my last-born is 8 years old.
The
also
Devi.
No. Devi is
the big one.
No, Devi is the big one.
Oh.
And my second-born is Patricia. And the last-born is Dan.
Nice.
My firstborn is your lastborn.
Oh yeah, I'm that one.
Well done, sir.
Celestine, you're doing well. I am also doing well.
I should be your advisor, by the way.
Tafadhali. Hey, I can't imagine a third child right now. Miss Naraka, baby. Sina speed deep.
Let me tell you something about fatherhood. I think the more you have, the more fun it actually gets.
Fun.
It's really
fun. Utacheza na fun. Hey, na economy.
I think I'm one happy father. You can imagine having 3 kids just protecting you. You know, actually, when you get to 40, that's when you
start to appreciate.
Yeah, that's when you start to appreciate and start thinking probably you should have gotten 2 more. Probably maybe 2 or 3 more. You know, when you're surrounded by a whole army, they're actually very protective.
That's
nice.
When
you get older.
But deep down, I would like a daughter. Sema tu
Mwombeni Bob.
No, but keep trying.
Lakini huyo nikapata, she will finish me. How? I'll be so weak for her. Dad, I want. She will control me. But anyway, I really enjoy being a father of boys. It's a very interesting journey. And when I look at my friends, I feel, afadhali kulea mavijana bana. Kuliko madem. You know, I also look at the society today. I'm like, I'm fine with my boys.
And that's why I have the 2 of you today. Naona mnafurahia sana hiyo fatherhood. Like that's why I have you today because Sunday is Father's Day. I mean, last Sunday was Father's Day for you guys, but now sisi for us. Coming Sunday is Father's Day.
Yeah.
So fatherhood, I know about motherhood. Like right now, from this journey.
Yeah.
From this journey, nilikuwa nauliza, my first question kwa timu inakuanga, are you already part of this journey? Like pregnancy. Unajua mimi nimekuwa nayo for the last couple of months. Me, I feel like nisha kwa mama of 2. I'm already mom of 2.
Yeah.
Him,
months ago actually.
No, this is the second one.
But jani yake ishaanza.
Yangu ilishaanza.
So yeye anauliza.
Yenu. Itaanza kikao na hosi ama ilianza na
You really don't think the father has anything to do in this? Are you serious?
No.
Joatu baby.
Bob, no, but that is my question to you.
No,
Don't ask me.
I also want to know. I want to understand.
I think for me, my experience is, I think for a father, once that first cry, once is that first cry, that's when actually that's when reality actually sets in. That's when you realize, "Ooh, hiya, kumbe I'm a father."
Exactly.
When you see the baby, when you start seeing that baby, first day, second day, and one thing about that is you actually start counting days. After like even 100 days, a father will actually tell you that, yeah, it's 100 days and 2, 3, 4 hours. And then probably after some time, you start losing count. When the child starts to become troublesome, needy, you start struggling here and there, you start losing count and start concentrating more on the troubles, on the challenges that you're actually going through. But what I'm trying to say is that for the father, it starts at that time when the child is actually born.
And I am happy about David saying that, because for Tim, when he saw Tugi, venye tu kalitokanga theater, he made one change. Like Tim was going to buy a very expensive car. When I was pregnant with Tugi, he was planning to buy a very expensive German two-door. Yani kusaidia. Yani when he saw Tugi, vitu zilichange. Aliniambia hiyo look alipewa na huyo mtoto ilimchange sana. Hiyo gari story yake ikaisha. Akaona huyu mtoto amefika, hana bag, hana nguo, amefika, ameniangalia.
Hata si
priorities change.
Yeah, priorities. So I can say, there's something. So now wewe unataka kuniambia?
Me, I'm so sorry. My journey started way before. The day Joki told me, actually she was very moody, she was very angry. We were not expecting the pregnancy. In fact, early into the pregnancy test, hiyo kit na hasira. Mimi nashindwa ni nini? Hata nilieka kando. Nimegeuka nikalala. Aniambia, "Are you serious? Do you know what I've just given you?" Mimi nidhani ananichokoza.
Were you married?
Not yet. I'm coming to that. Not yet. So she sent so nikasha lights. Nikaona 2 lines. Nikamwangalia.
What's happening?
Yeah, we are pregnant. So I'm a jam. That was the instant I realized that
you can be a father.
there's something new, there's something big, there's a big change in my life. And I slept like this, smiling. I remember. I was very excited. That's when it started for me. During the entire pregnancy, Njoki, yes, she's going through a physical, emotional, psychological changes. Mine was purely psychological. I had a lot going through my mind because, like I said, we didn't plan. We didn't plan for the baby, for Hotani. And so we had a lot of changes to make. Ile chalazima. There was a lot of changes to make financially. There's a lot of changes to make in our home, our general setup. There was a lot to think about. Also, for those of you who may not know, our first son is my adoptive son. It's not biological. So there was also that challenge of ndahandolaje kitu. And I remember Njoki and I saying, I think itakuwa easier tukapata dem. Sasa tukipata boy, how does it work? How? As in, we were so confused about how we would handle it. And I remember, to be honest, I had to see a therapist to tell me, to guide me on how to look at this situation. Yeah? And because for me, I was wondering, so now will I be saying this is my firstborn?
Will I have to say exactly?
Or do I have to tell everybody every time I meet them?
Yeah.
How does that conversation go? And I remember she told me gave me the best advice. She said, umekubali mtoto ni wako. Na kuna huyu amekuja. Then you have 2 sons. There can never be 2 firsts.
Yeah.
You have a first child and a second child.
Yeah.
You don't have to say born. The moment you say first born, that's different. Now, change narrative.
So you have
So
2
you just
sons.
say, I have 2 sons. This is my first son. This is my second son.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's just, nilipata 2 light bulb, nikasema, by the way, hata kuna pressure. Nayo. And that's how I introduced my sons.
Firstborn ni nani?
Explain this dynamic. And it works. And most people actually, they don't know unless you know our backstory ama umesikia mahali. There's some people who say as in they flow with it.
Kuna wale mnafanana na huyu sana.
Bas, in fact there are people who say by the hata mnafanana na huyu, I'm like thanks.
I know. Let's move on. Yeah, so I am happy because also hiyo yako pia ni poa because right now for team I think hii ya pili ilishaingia. Despite kuona Celes amengangana but kuna hiyo ya emotional.
You know?
Two. I think ni June wa pili. Wa kwanza bado was still yeah. But wa pili.
Yeah. There's changes to a man. To answer your question.
Funny enough, I don't look at it that way. I never looked at it that way.
All three children. Even one.
Yeah. I think for me when I was told that, you know what, we're actually pregnant, it never hit me. I was not at the back of my mind, I could only see her.
Did you guys plan?
No, we had not planned.
All of them three.
Na ikukustua, aiku change anything?
It didn't change anything.
Planning didn't change anything.
But that time when my firstborn came in, I was like, we need a bigger house.
You know?
We need to plan for
priorities.
We need to plan for his education. We need to do all these things. But funny enough, things were just working. You know, I got a job.
got
slightly
surprisingly they work out.
Somehow we moved to a slightly bigger house. You know, things were just happening naturally. And then the second born came in. We were like, you know what?
Another big house.
Actually, we moved from our one-bedroom house. Now we had to move to another bigger house now. And then that's when we realized that, you know what? This is a complete family. We need a space that where we can be able to bring them up, maybe comfortably. We don't want a crowded space. And we actually got exactly that. Actually, that's a place that I've been since then to date.
What's your setup? What's your...
Mine is a bungalow. It's actually a comfort.
Goals.
I've been unable to move from that house. I've been there for the last 12 years.
Oh, wonderful.
Simply not because of me. If it were just me, I would have just moved to a flat somewhere. But because of them, I like that environment very much. Everybody tells me to move, blah, 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 because of so many things, but I'm very comfortable where I am. If I'm to move out of there, I have to go to another setup that also
still the same.
That's also good for my children.
Yeah.
Now when the third one came, we were like, hey, okay, now sasa tufungia hapo. But funny enough, I've never struggled. You know? Even when my wife left, I just remained with them. So many people were like, you know what? Hey, so now I need to take this child. I need to take this child. No, you only need to remain with one. I just told them, you know what? I think
take them where?
Take them where?
Actually,
that's what I asked. I asked them, take them where? I've been living with them.
Like walikuwa nataka kusaidia kazi yako.
No, it was so obvious that singeweza to take care of the kids. They just came and told me, like my mom was like, I'm going to pick the small one. The other one, I'm going to pick this one. You can remain with the big boy. But I told them, me, I think I'm good. Yeah.
But it's good. But ni poa Bob. Imagine wangekosa kuuliza na alikuwa anataka kitu kama hiyo.
Unajua kuna kuuliza, would you like help? Lakini kukuja kuambia I am taking, I don't know.
But you see, naturally, that's what normally happens.
Exactly. Yeah. Sasa utasikia shosho akikwambia baki na mkubwa, leta kaka kadogo. Cause to a man it looks like hii kazi utatoboa. Without your wife utatoboa. Wacha tu tukusaidia kaka kadogo kana kazi mingi. Mkubwa anaweza kuwa kifua socks.
Hapo kwa kadogo I get. But if they're like Hotani and Jamari right now 8 and 4. Kuna mtu atakuja niambie why? What is so hard to do? What is impossible?
But you see now hiyo inatuleta kwa ile point ya back in the day and I'm glad umetuleta hapo. Back in the day our dads hawakuwa wanafanya anything. So enyewe baba yangu my mom angetuacha hivyo, babangu I think angepeana haraka sana. Msichana hata sijui kuna historia akifika adolescent kuna vitu like I don't know how I'm going to handle. My dad, I've never seen my dad cook. So, wachukweni tu wasiwailala njaa. Unaona? Like
Ndawatesa bure.
Mama chukweni tutakuwa na kampu wa visit.
To be fair,
So back
Celes,
in the day, I think
yeah.
our dads would have done that.
To be fair, Celes, when it comes to a girl, I understand. By the even me, deep down, I wouldn't know how to raise a girl.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Even if I get a third-born daughter, I won't be very involved in a lot of things. But with boys,
I think
I was once a boy, I am still a boy deep down inside.
Exactly.
I am raising men. Why would you want to separate them? I am the best person for them to be around.
You're the only parent that they have, just in case something happens.
God forbid.
God
But
forbid,
yes.
yeah. But one thing I would say is that you never know how strong you are until it's the only option that you have. You're saying that your dad never used to do all these
cook.
things, but you can imagine that's the situation that you're presented with. What do you do? These are your children. You're the only parent that they can actually see. What do? Do you start distributing your children to every other person? You know, you have to be concerned how your kids are actually going to be raised. You're the only parent. You're the only hope. So I think for me, it's about not disappointing them. Be that strong person that they expect you to be. You know, stand for them. You've seen them grow from the time they were actually born, growing up. Stand by them. What is so hard? In case maybe you're finding it hard to do a thing or two, there are other people. You have friends. You have your mom. That is, if they're there. You have your sisters. You can always.
Yourself?
Yeah, I do, but they live very far. I live very far from my relatives. But I'm good, by the way. I don't have a problem.
I think
Big up.
Sana.
Big up, big up.
I
You're doing
think
well,
you're
you're doing
one strong person.
Aki.
You just let it
You're
flow.
doing very
You're
well.
one, because hata society inasemanga we akiachwa na bibi yake tumsaidie apate mwingine
Haraka.
ama tumpatie msichana. It's not easy for men. Most men, it is not easy, and that's why unapatanga wanataka kusaidia, we want to mama yako hana ubaya akisema anataka kuachukua.
Yeah, that's true.
Ako zile za will you, because
Will you manage?
you know this is the other thing about fathers. Ni amjui ile kazi sisi ufanya, like you don't. I'm not
I get.
saying you do much than you.
No,
But
no.
There's a lot that happens in your house, Bob,
That I
only
don't know about.
Exactly.
It's true. I agree. Kwanza kwa kuchunga nyumba, especially that one, I won't lie. There are times I realize things like 2-3 months later. I'm like, aya, by the kuna kachange hapa. Na ananiambia surely this thing happened in December, and I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, nice.
There's certain things, like a management of nannies. I had a conversation. Maybe later we can get into that. That, managing a nanny is not the same as interacting with a nanny. I think people misunderstood me.
exactly.
Watu wali misunderstand. Me, I was talking about kuongea. Yeah, na nanny. No, that's very different from managing that person, that employee. Unajua akiwa na shida, akiwa na nini, akitisha tudo hapa na pale, etc. So I get and I value the place of a woman, the role of a partner, the female partner rather. I'm just saying it's not fair to say mwanaume hawezi. That's all. Msiseme hawezi.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
I think I can relate to what she was saying about her dad, where her mom used to do like everything. That was the same case.
She does up to date.
That was the same case with me. Like I couldn't tell you the price of unga, price of majani, price of anything. I never, like when I was left alone, I was like, no, where do I start? But one thing I was so sure of is that I was not going to let my children go. That one I was very sure of. But even my socks, by the way, I couldn't tell where they were, blah, blah.
Si mnarushanga tu.
My clothes, I still struggle to date, but I'm okay with it. I maneuver my way, I try to find my way out, But I never knew your price ya unga nini. Like I have money here. Okay, now what do I start with? What do I shop first? So najiambia, what do you need for supper? Think tunahitaji ugali. So let me go get kaunga pale.
Unafika una kitungu.
Sina kitungu by the way. But before we never used to have such problems. Like everything was being bought in bulk. Kuna unga, there's majani, there's everything. The house was so organized. I've never been, if I told you that I'm organized right now, it's been 3 years, I look better organized, I'll be lying to you. I've never been organized. But I'm still comfortable in the confusion. I'm just good. I'm just
I'm sure you involve your house manager in a number of these roles, like kama vitu za jikoni, I'm sure she will manage and tell you zikienda kuisha, si ati wewe ndio unafuatilia ama.
No, but here's the thing. Before anasema everything was smooth.
Yeah, so I'm wondering now how I'm trying to understand.
But before hata tukuje kwake Bob wewe sahi. No, because you see for him he's been there. Anaongelelea it was like this.
And now
it is like this. So for you unamkanga tu like how wewe sasa unajua maybe from him utaanza ku appreciate. Maybe hauko una appreciate because kusema tu kweli even me I think nani hajui story ya unga.
Timo.
Na itakuwa so wrong ukifika leo hakuna chakula kwa meza. Aje. Because aki provide the same thing na my dad. Pesa tutatoa lakini utaijua hii pesa ilitosha ama mama aliongezea ama hata alifanya hii shopping saa ngapi.
Ama kuna kitu hakununua.
Breko iko. So for you Bob right now because now you have the 2 boys the nini.
Yeah.
Hizo vitu unaonanga kwa hao. Upbringing yako kuna any difference like how you've been brought up?
My upbringing was actually it's a different story. I start from the beginning. I don't know where to start from.
Just move up to date to where you are
what
now.
I'll do, I'll cut a long story short, but my father was actually very involved. First and foremost, my dad is a chef, professionally. So spending time in the kitchen was natural. That's something I've seen from when I was a very small boy.
And that's why you cook.
And that's why I cook, to be honest. Yeah, because when he was cooking, niko hapo kwa kakiti. And to be honest, even today, when I'm cooking, my 2 boys are around me. It's just history repeating itself. So naturally, I won't say that nitajua unga ikiisha or hakuna mafuta, but I usually cook on Sundays, sana. On that Sunday, when I go reach for something, nita notice, hey, Njoki, A, B, C, D. And that's how I saw it.
Unaita Njoki?
Yeah?
Kwani unaita Njoki?
Sasa this is her territory.
Kwani yeye ndo anauzanga kwani ukipata kibwera kwani
si tuko na system kwa nyumba yetu. Tuko na system.
Okay.
Kila mtu ako na
Njoki kwani yeye ndo ana refill.
Sasa yeye ndo ata control.
You see how we feel? Ile unatakanga umuulize. Nimuulize.
But hata yeye
utapika na mimi nikuja unipike.
Sikiza Celes. Si ni kama Njoki kama niambie by the hakuna wifi imekatwa. I create wifi. It's my job, ni department yangu. It's the same thing. The same thing.
These things just happen
naturally.
Yeah. Like
kila mtu na sector yake.
They just happen naturally.
Yeah.
Like it will be so wrong for you as a man ufike jioni upate hakuna chakula. Like it will be so wrong.
But you see,
true.
Hakuna chakula aje.
You see, in as much as we want to crisscross into each other's roles, deep down you're very traditional.
Of course.
You get like what he's saying is actually saying that I can actually cook, I can do this. But if you listen to him keenly, there's that traditional.
Kuna kalai.
Kwa nini hakuna mafuta?
And personally, I think I love that. I subscribe to that kabisa. Because at least if there are well-defined roles in the house, we can actually crisscross. Where
but you still know.
You still stick to your.
This is what we say. As much as we are saying right now, we want equality. Kuna vitu hatuwezi.
Let me tell you, hakuna topic nachukia kama gender equality.
No, me I love. Okay, nachukia juu una feeling tuna force vitu haziwezi.
It's all based on feminism, by the way. I'm sorry to say. I've never sat down and listened to that conversation.
Here's the thing.
It's all female.
Just actually, there's like a small research I had somewhere. You see those families where roles are well defined. Those families stick together longer, and like those that crisscross each time.
Yeah, it gets confusing.
You know, like today I decided to cook for my family, and then when I don't cook the following day, my wife is like, "Why didn't you do this?" But deep down, I know I was just helping you. And then your wife will be like, "But you did it yesterday. You can do it tomorrow, maybe the day after." But when the roles are well defined, I think there's that respect for each other's needs.
Me, let me tell you the truth. Na inajua hata mademu wanaweza nipiga, but kuna ile even as a woman, kuna kale kaugumu na feeling poa ikitoka kwa mzee. Like as much as we don't like admitting it, I like it when hey, my husband has said as much as on my face it might look like but I want also to feel like hey, it's jaribu. Hii ni kijaribu.
Exactly.
Hii ni kijaribu. So hata in such a point utafurahia ukipata alipika. Na hautamzoea sana.
Acha
you need gift in fact.
Cause Kai, my dad didn't cook. So once in a while, Tim will cook like once in a month or once in 2 months.
Hata kuwekelea nyama kwa oven, you
I
know.
will feel very happy. But now uko na pahali back in your head. Usijaribu kuzoea. Don't you dare. So the thing I also hate about talking about equality because we feel like sometimes we force things that we know. Kuna hii ya masomo, kuna hii ya which we agree. But kuna hii ya wewe ni shingo utawaipita hii kichwa. Kubali tu hii kichwa ibaki. Sio kwa ubaya. Sio kwa ubaya.
There's a reason it has been structured that way. Kila mtu na kazi yake.
Exactly.
Just even in an office setup, when roles are well defined, there's less confusion.
True.
You see, the same thing should actually happen in the house. When roles are well defined, you know, like your role is to provide. You can actually cook if you want.
Yeah.
But I mean that shouldn't substitute.
It doesn't also mean that sifanyi role yangu. Nimerukilia hii, nimeacha yangu
hangi. But what happens too? Mtu akosa kufanya role yake.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Now you've said about provision. Unajapo ninafikanga pia na nitakudharau.
It doesn't mean this is me. It doesn't mean that if both of you can actually provide, it doesn't mean that role one. I mean, it doesn't mean that the how do I say this? If both of us can actually provide, it doesn't take that role from me.
Yes.
That's what I want to say.
Oh, she has the capability.
She has the capability, so she can assist.
But not take over.
But
not take over. Ana assist kama sahi mwezi hauwezi pata rent. Wacha tu nilipe juu iko.
Exactly.
Ana assist. Usisahau hii rent ni yako.
Yeah.
Like don't you dare forget. I will help because sisi nataka tufungiwe nyumba nikiwa na rent kwa mfuko. But isifike mahali kwa kichwa yako uone si analipanga. Because that's where we tend to kosana. Most ladies tend to kosana with men. Most of them get comfortable. Taanza kucheza golf, pool. Anacheza pool actually. Just as mama anafanya.
So okay, that's different. That's very different. Yeah. And unacceptable. Hiyo haikubaliki kabisa. Me actually I don't even like being helped with certain things. Njoki has helped me once or twice.
Ego ama ni pride tuseme.
Sio ego ama pride. Wacha nini wado kweli. And I say this with all due respect. I say this with all due respect. Ngoja. This is for the audience. Have you ever been assisted by your wife? Na kitu?
Yes.
I swear it will come up every single time.
I buy you shoes.
Alafu it always comes up at the worst times. Kukiwa na wageni.
Exactly.
Mbele ya famo. Hata kama kitu ndogo.
Yes.
Unasahau jana nikutumia 5k. Sure.
Joki!
Joki na si bibi yangu baby. Nasema generally. So me, I'll be very honest. There are certain favors I just stay away from. Afadhali niumie. Nijue either nitapigia maboys wangu ama wacha ikae. Sio kwa ubaya, si ego Celes.
Najipima niko happy.
But there is something
we may try to give it some other name, but it's there's that ego that you also need to have.
It's an ego.
Ego. You need to feel like the man of the
house.
need
to feel like.
You imagine going to your wife every time. Man,
actually, yes, I'm
ego.
Down. Joe, it kills me. It would kill me if something like that was said in public. So it's ego. I get you. The ego.
Which is not bad.
But which is not bad. If you don't say it in public, and I go to my lady, I mean every time, but then you go down. Maybe sort me out here. It takes. There's something that I mean, that takes away from you.
True,
You still need
true,
to
true,
feel
true.
like you're the man of the house. You still need to feel found.
Yeah.
You know,
And for you to
provide,
feel like the man of the house, you need to do like the man
you
of
need
the
to
house.
work hard. You know,
Play your part.
like when your lady actually comes through for you once, you need to realize that, hey, you're losing something. You need to go out of your way and
Right.
yeah, please do something about it. Because you still
Very
need
true.
you need that you need your position. You need to confirm that position. If
In
that's
fact,
the right
such
one.
men,
True.
see.
No, but
You can't-
hiyo ni kweli, like own, wacha tukupe hiyo position.
Yeah.
Do something tuone,
That's the
by the
one.
way hiyo position ni yako.
Yeah.
And you see hapo tuna feeling by the way, when we thought of the man of the house, tuna feel there's a miss.
There's a gap.
There's a gap.
Kuna kamzigo unnecessary. Yeah.
But when there's too much crisscrossing, kuna kama dharau.
So sasa ni
Yeah,
na
there's
hatutaki
that
tuandike contract, like we don't want to make it like this with a contract. Because at the same time, and ni venye tu kuna vitu mingi sana, ningekuwa hapa hivi na mwenzangu hapa
By the way,
at the same time
Picha tena. Tunaweza kuwa na inaitwaje part 2.
at the same time we have wanaume, like you see, tumekubaliana, we are okay, we are earning, we are okay, hakuna contract, but we know hii ni part yake, usicross hapo, baba nani apendi, usijaribu. But at the same time we have men who ni kama walikuja kwa hii ndoa kupunish this lady, as much as ni traditional, as much as tumesema huyu mzee hautampita. I feel like personally, when the reason why I came together with the person I have ni to make our lives easier.
Exactly.
But nikipata kuna dem anasema ati mzee wangu akiingia saa 6 usiku ataniamsha ni msawa. Who is making the other person's life easier?
I will send you. I have some screenshots.
I
must share.
There's like a boundary somewhere.
You know, hey, kuna pia heshima, uni binadamu, you know. She's a human being. I know. I agree to that. But there's something you said. Sorry, you were saying something? Oh, Celes, there's something you said there that brought another idea. You know, some of the men who behave that way, and I say this with all due respect. I like putting disclaimers.
Yeah,
do
please
people
do.
attack you?
Please
na
do.
ni points to una share. Some men are brought up by single moms, and they lack a mentor or somebody kumshikilia mkono kumwambia this is how a man should be in the house, in the family space. You'll find maybe the mom enda kumtafutia mtu, a brother, an uncle, her father, somebody. It helps for your son to be around men to know how to be a man.
Another
You know?
disclaimer.
Yeah.
It does not mean all men raised by single moms.
Yeah.
Because hiyo ni ingine. Not all.
By the way, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying
not
quite a number.
some. Yeah.
Quite a number.
Yeah.
Ukikaa nao, hautaika na mwanaume hivi ukamuuliza, unasikia kumuuliza, were you raised by a dad? Unasikia yani nani alikulea?
Let me tell you
As in,
something.
just from how he's talking, unaweza feel too.
I was
With all
actually
due
raised.
respect, umama mob. Unaifeel too.
I was raised by a single mom. But huyo alikuwa ni kama mwanaume. But one thing about, you're actually right about men, ladies who are so protective of their sons, you know, like that, you know, everything they want
They become their handbags.
Exactly.
Yani,
They actually lose something.
they lose
out
that
of
masculine touch.
Like for us,
Ipotea.
and for me in particular, I used to go out because I used to like the idea of you know, mwanaume akiingia home, he's drunk and he will actually roar. You know, I used to miss that. So every time there was something like that in our neighborhood, I'll just go and just sit somewhere and you know, I would enjoy seeing that.
Yeah.
And one thing with me is that their neighbors who actually took me in. Took me in not to be
kukulea.
not si kunilea, but they actually took that part.
It's exposure,
You know,
to show you.
They raised me as their own son.
Correct.
And in case there was anything that I needed in that area, they will actually take it up. And these are people that I really respect. And to date, these are people that I would actually visit and would actually exchange a word or two. And whatever they tell me, I would take it very seriously. So I agree with you to some extent. The only part I don't agree with you is where you say that a child raised by a single mom. There are those who are who would actually let out their children to go out and
Which is
bond
good,
with,
but
father
many
figures.
don't. Many forget.
Many
Many don't know.
But it's
You know,
very important to
it's
have
very
to have
important.
to have a father figure for your children.
A father figure. That's the term I was looking for. Very, very important.
Very crucial.
Yeah, same here for me. My story is a bit different. My story is a bit unique. I was also not raised by. I didn't grow up with my mom.
Oh.
The first few years, my mom and dad split when I was very young, when I was 2. Immediately, nikapelekwa kwa shosho. Yeah? What you are saying, that...
Yeah. Couldn't handle.
Shosho aliona, huyu hawezani, let me take that boy.
So there was no, hakuna ubaya.
It's true, and I thank God. So, but when I say shosho, it was shosho and guka. Then, later on, many years later, although it used to alternate, mara niko na auntie yangu, mara niko na shosho, mara niko na auntie yangu, mara niko na shosho. When Guka passed on, now it became different. I was taken to now another uncle.
How is the dad? Who's your dad?
My dad is unfortunately suffers from quite a number of what can I say, medical issues. Yeah, so he struggles with quite a bit. Also, back in the day, he wasn't really up to the task of parenting. Yeah, so he is alive. I respect him. We talk. We have our own very awkward relationship, but equal. Yeah, so you'll find it was safer for me to be raised by either my grandmother, my auntie. So I was telling you, when Guka died, they had to put me now in a setup where there is a mom and a dad. Yeah? Because now I'm becoming a teenager. As in, I need to have a father figure around. And by the way, my Uncle Davy is everything to me. But at the same time, he's like my big bro, but he's still my uncle. But if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be, I am who I am because of him. Kusema tu kweli. Yeah, even if you see him and his children, you'll be like, by the way, Oni Bob. You'll see it. Utaiona. Yeah, so just to be clear, one more time, I was not generalizing. Don't attack me.
No.
Don't attack me in the comment section.
He's bringing up a very important.
It's something that happens a lot. Kusema tu kweli.
True.
I think I have a few friends, single moms, who call me and tell me, hey, see, can my kid chill with, you know? Sleep over.
It's something that is also brought up that I feel is quite crucial.
Yeah.
You see, the moment you have your children,
Yeah.
you know, one thing you cannot afford to do is to lose them. Not losing them by like letting them, or rather losing them to some other people.
Yeah.
But lose them in the sense that they no longer look up to you. You've lost control, you know.
Lose that connection.
The moment you lose that control, they feel like they are alone or something, maybe through drunkenness or some other things.
Neglect. Yeah.
Man, I think that's the worst thing that you can actually do. And that's one thing I'm very, very careful about.
Yeah.
You know, there are times when you feel like, hey man, I think I've lost it.
Yeah.
You know, because it gets to that point.
And my brother told me one thing to add on, sorry to interrupt.
That's it.
Once you lose that bond,
Yes.
you know, you cannot replace it.
You cannot. The
Once
moment they start looking,
Once you detach yourself and the children, kurudi hivi.
done. It's done. By the way. It's done. So anything that will detach you from your children, try to avoid it. Is it alcohol? Is it friends? Because you'll actually find friends who tell you, you know what, you're a man. These kids need to be raised by some lady somewhere, or maybe their grandma or anything.
Yeah.
And then slowly by slowly, that starts getting into your head. And then now you start losing your children. In terms of, you don't get home on time, you don't assist them with their homework, you know.
Actually, it's like me and my dad.
You start disconnecting with them.
So you need to be very intentional.
You need to be an intentional parent. Lazima. One way or another, regardless of the situation, whatever you're going through.
There's a time I've come home late, maybe. There's a time I've actually found them asleep several times. I haven't done activities with them, and I felt like, what? I'm actually losing them. You know, I will compensate that by coming in very early the following. Some other days.
Now block the day off. Yeah.
Sunday we do a lot of activities together. So that's how you compensate for that. The worst you can actually do to your kids is to detach. they, the moment they detach, yani, you start living like strangers in the house, and you're the only person that they look up to.
Yeah. It's actually scary. I can't even think about
it. It can be
this.
very scary.
And to think about it, sisi tukigrow up, we were like this with our moms. Back in the day, our dads, daddy akiketi kwa ile kiti ashike ile remote. Wacha one TV.
Yini wale mzee akiingia kila mtu.
Hata mnatoka sitting room.
Wallahi.
Akule like most of us, I have a friend walifanyanga baba yao mpaka up to date wanapiganga hiyo story. Walimfanyanga surprise birthday. Ati walimsurprise. Hiyo keki alirushia umbwa. Nonsense. Yani ilirushiwa umbwa. Up to date hiyo narrative story. No, like see ati
why
this in a new generation, if I may say, like
for sure.
If I may say in generation, in generation mpya, because even for aligongea kwa geti kapewa umbwa na ni ushago. Kwanza alisema Senzio.
Issue yake ilikuwa nini?
What nonsense is this? What are you doing? Like msizoeana, like baba zetu hatuko tunazoeana hivyo. Unazoeana je na baba yako? Me, let me tell you, the first time I hugged my dad. Now my dad is very nice, but then we joke a lot. Like he's my best friend, right? Like hatujakuwa wabaya, but culture. The first time I hugged my dad ni form 4 prayers day KCSE. Na hata si hug, nile atap. Na nile So right now, hata we see how girls behave with their dad. Bado kuna mama atabaki zile za ai. Now you're msichana. But you see, things have changed
so much.
Things have changed in the new generation, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
The old one.
But the old one, okay, so I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry, you need to point in a car.
No, I'll be choosing.
Okay.
You.
Wait me.
You.
One thing. One thing with children is that when you have that attachment to them, when you're there for them, they'll always reward you for that. Like for me, at a Father's Day, I always get rewards. At times they can go out of their way to come and get me something unexpected kabisa.
Feels nice.
Kwanza Mother's Day nikauliza, then they will tell me,
your dad and mom.
You know, as we joke in the house, as we play, we are very free. So they will actually go to a supermarket somewhere, get a card, get to chocolate, mini, and I'll come in the house and ask them, where did you get all this money? Only to realize that they've been saving. At some point, they will walk some distance and save some money, and then they will just want to surprise me. Like on my birthday, they walked some very, very long distance to just save some money, go get a card, and bring me, and just get me something. They will always reward that. When there's that, when you appreciate them, when you give them what they need, they'll always reward you. Like I think for me the funniest one was Valentine's Day. They got a very, very wrong card, but they thought.
Happy birthday on Valentine's.
No, it was a happy Valentine's, but they got me a card that probably the mom could have. The writings. That's what I'm actually talking about. Okay. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is that they'll always reward you. They'll always appreciate what you're doing for them. Yeah. That will also show you that
you're doing well.
You're doing well.
Yeah, you're doing well.
Yeah. They'll give back. But when you feel like when they're not giving anything in return, you should know that you're doing bad.
How did they know? How is it something you taught them? How did they know to find it?
It comes naturally.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious. It comes naturally. I never even tell them that.
Actually, somebody guided them once na ikakwama.
I
do. Because Mika sai, Father's Day is coming up. I'm the one who's going to tell Tugi.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
I'm the one who's going to.
Actually, if you can get a picture, Kadzile niko nazo niko na Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's
I find that so amazing. I just wonder how they use the culture.
But they are big kids. But they are big kids.
But
they are teenagers. They are
aware. 13. You said 13, 11, 8.
No,
okay.
There's 13, 11.
Those are young adults.
No, but they started that way back.
Yeah.
They do it without fail.
Without fail. They're the ones who remind me, by the way.
Mimi niko na ihe. that have never done anything of that sort.
They're too young, bwana.
No, hata sio hivyo. You've made me realize that I've also never sat down to build that culture in them. Sijai waambia ati do this.
I think
for...
it comes naturally.
It will come naturally.
No.
Yeah. It just comes.
Hata vile kama Mother's Day nini, honestly.
If maybe
I need to build that.
Ama
I need to
used to
step up.
do it. Did you used to when their mom was there, maybe used to do it. Maybe they could see.
Yeah, we never missed a birthday.
Exactly.
It must come from somewhere, and I like that.
Yeah.
Umenipatia homework by the way.
We never.
In fact, the
We never
mom's
missed a
birthday
birthday
is
already.
lazima nichangamke.
Yeah, so that's why they're
And then the
doing
ones
it.
who will call their shows and tell them, by the way, it's Daddy's birthday. Make sure that you call him.
Yeah.
Make sure that you do something.
So it's something you
I like
did.
that, I
It's
like
a culture you did, but you didn't know you were.
Yes.
You were, yeah. Hey, I think guys, we're going to take a break. Hiyo imeenda more than we expected, but I am loving the discussion. I am loving it. So wacha tufanye hii kwa part A, next week tukuje na part B. Juu tukiendelea sana tutalala hapa bwana. But I am enjoying it. I am not complaining. Sisi wafukuzi.
Kabisa,
Wacha
kabisa.
tuwape break kwanza wa comment hizo zote, watupatie their views.
Kabisa. In fact, wakicheza tunaweza kuwa na part C na D.
Yeah, so tuonane next week for
Next
part
week.
B. Yes.